Hello, grade 2 3s. It's Miss Couchy talking to you. I hope you've all had a beautiful holiday, and I'm so excited to be making this video for you today. So, in session 2 today, we're doing spelling. And the interesting thing about spelling is, and something that is our focus for today, is that when we look at the alphabet, we have 26 letters. But the tricky thing about English is that there are actually 44 sounds in English, so far more sounds than we have letters for. So when you look at a word like cat and we sound it out and we go k-at, we can hear that there are 3 sounds in that word. But what makes it tricky is that when we have the word catch, k-atch, we can also hear 3 sounds, but we know that there are 5 letters in the word catch. So some of these letters are going to blend together to make these new sounds because we don't have enough letters to make all of the 44 sounds we need in English. So we are practicing over the next few slides, having a look at words and finding sounds that are individual letters and finding sounds that are letters blended together to make that sound. So let's have a practice. In the word cash, when we say the word cash to ourselves, like as if we've got some money, we've got some cash, how many sounds can we hear? So let's sound it out to ourselves. We can hear k, we can hear a, and we can hear sh. So let's think about how many letters are going to be in that word. Let's have a look at my next slide. So we've got k, which is an individual sound on its own. We've got the a, which is an individual sound on its own. But we've got the s and the h blending together to make that sh sound. So this is a word that has 4 letters in it, but it only has 3 sounds. So I've been able to find the k, the a, and the sh. And you can see that we've got our dots underneath it to show us that we've got 4 letters but only 3 sounds. What about the word sheep? How many letters does the word sheep have in it? I've got an S-H-E-E-P. I've got 5 letters in the word sheep. But how many sounds does it have? When I say the word sheep to yourself now. How many sounds can we hear when we say the word sheep to ourselves? We can hear sh, we can hear eep, and we can hear p on the end. Let's have a look at that word. So we can see that we've got 5 letters when we spell the word, but we've only got 3 sounds. We know that when you put an S and a H together, that makes the blend sh. When we put 2 E's together, we don't get an E anymore, we get an E. And we have that p on the end. Let's make it a little bit trickier for you now. What about the word shorter? I know that it's got 7 letters. Wow, shorter. Wonder what that word means. I know that my brother is shorter than me. Let's say it to ourselves now. Say the word shorter. I can hear sh, I can hear or, I can hear t, and then I can hear on the end, shorter. Let's have a look at the letters and the sounds. So we've got 7 letters, but we've only got 4 sounds. The sh, the sh make a sh sound. The o and the r make a or. T is on its own, and er makes a on the end, shorter. Have a go at this tricky one. Have a go at rooftop. I want you to have a think to yourself now about how many letters are in the word rooftop. It's a compound word, 2 littler words stuck together. We've got a at the start. We've got roof in the middle. We've got the f, and we've got top. Rooftop. Let's have a look at it now. So is a sound on its own. We know that the double O makes an oo sound, like in look and book. We've got f on its own, making the word roof. So even though we've got 4 letters in roof, we've only got 3 sounds. Look at the word top. That's a bit like cat, where all of the phonemes or all of the sounds are individual. So we've got a top. This is your activity that you are going to do. You are going to have a look at the word tooth, sharp, fork, lure, cheap, torch, harsh, looking, towel, and assure. Some tricky words in there. You are going to write them down for me like we have down here, and you're going to highlight the sounds that are individual letters. So if they've only got one phoneme, which is one sound with one letter, so you've got the t in town is on its own, so we're going to highlight that in yellow. We've got the ow in the middle, two letters making one sound, so we're going to highlight that in blue. And then we've got the n on the end, which is an individual sound, which we're going to highlight in yellow. Once you've had a go at highlighting the sounds, then you're going to write the word meaning next to it. Thanks, guys. Have fun with your activity.